Hey guys, just wanted to do another set of updates for you guys. Lots of stuff going on. Some of you guys have asked for some of these updates that I haven't talked about in quite a while. Some of them are these centralized, daily passive profit platforms. We'll talk a little bit about some of these miners, and obviously tomorrow there is a minting event with Apiro, so we'll touch on that. Give you some feedback over some concerns that I've had some people ask me. So anyway, before I jump into all that stuff, we want to remind you that everything I talk about on this channel is for entertainment purposes only. Definitely not giving you financial advice. You should do your own research, do your own due diligence. If you do decide to get in, make sure you only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Super risky. It's the wild, wild west out here. There's malicious devs. There's well-intentioned devs that run into contract, situations, exploits in their code. So things can go sideways pretty quick. So again, only put in what you can afford to lose. That being said, let's jump right into it. Of course, follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the little bell icon so whenever I post a brand new video or update or review, you will get notified straight away. So that being said, let's jump right into it. As you can see here, market is pretty bloody right now, going through a little bit of a correction. This is necessary, guys. When you see the market pumping, it's been pumping now for a couple of days. So I mean, this was to be expected. I was waiting for the for the correction to happen. Usually it'll go through a little bit of a correction and then bounce and then go higher than it was before, or at least match where it was before. So we'll see what happens here. But again, if you're here for the long term, you're really not worried about this. People that are worried about price and it going up and down are usually people that are arbitrage trading and things of that nature. So if you're not doing that, which I'm pretty much not doing that too much, I'm usually a hodl guy. I don't really worry about the price. In fact, when the price goes down, it's a buying opportunity. So take a quick look at drip, guys. Right now, drip is at $16.36. I believe it was at 18 and change, if not $19 yesterday. I think it even hit. So this one's going through a little bit of a correction, which is normal, guys, okay? Because everything on Binance Smart Chain will follow what BNB is doing. BNB is going to follow what Bitcoin is doing. So, all of this is just an opportunity, right? If you want to fill your bags and throw it into the faucet, get that 1% a day until you hit 365%. That would be the long-term play for drip. Now, again, obviously they have their farm that they're going to be launching. They're going to have their miner that they're going to be launching. I'm super excited about that. You're probably super excited about that. But as I've said before, it's not a replacement, or at least for me, it's not a replacement for the faucet. It's not a replacement for what you're seeing right here. This is the home base. It's going to be in addition to, right, in conjunction to what we're doing here with the faucet. So yeah, get you a position in the faucet if you haven't already. This is the long-term play. Obviously, they have farm that they're launching. Then they have the miner. Now, just to clarify, I've had a few people ask me, if you want to just jump into the miner, get the 3% a day, because you're fond of these miner platforms, do you have to buy the rev token? Do you have to jump into the pre-sale? You don't, right? It's two different things. Like if you want to jump into the farm, if you want to get the rev token and throw it into the farm, throw it into the single staking pools and participate with the manor farm and then the animal farm, then that's fine. Okay, you can do that, and it's totally separate from the miner. With the miner, all you need is BUSD, right? You don't need the rev token. Of course, there's ways that you can earn BUSD by staking the rev token, but if you have BUSD straight away and you want to throw it into the miner, you can go ahead and do that. So it's not necessary for you to jump into the token sale. Now, that being said, if you want to participate in both, then by all means do so. But I did want to clarify that because I know I talked about that before, but some of you guys had that question. Some of you guys just want to jump into the miner. Do you need to jump into the token sale? The answer is no. Now, me, I'm going to be doing both, right? I mean, why not, right? I'm going to be jumping into the farm. I'm going to be jumping into the miner. I'm going to go pretty heavy on the miner. But yeah, this is all in addition to what we're doing here with the faucet. All right, so I just wanted to clarify that. Another quick update, guys. Elevate Pass, you can see here, the website is not pulling up. They did mention in their Telegram that they're doing maintenance to the site. I think they put the post, I don't know, 2 hours ago, and they just updated again on the Telegram saying, hey, they're almost done, should be done within the next hour. So some of you guys that are, seeing this when you go into the site and you're freaking out, make sure you go into the Telegram first. Now, that being said, um, hopefully that the site comes back. We'll see. I've had issues or things in the past where platforms would say, hey, we're doing maintenance to the site, and it never came back. I don't think that's the case with Elevate Pass because they're communicating, they're doing a lot of communicating on the Telegram. But just wanted to give you an update with this. I did do a withdrawal, and it came through. So my most recent withdrawal from Elevate Pass did come through, so there's no issues with that. Usually you'll see issues with withdrawals first before you see something like this happen, which brings me to crypto future. So again, if you're following this, and maybe you're not, maybe you're not in this platform, and that's fine. But some of you guys are. You can see here, and this is not surprising because the last couple of updates that they've done, and I've talked about, they have started to change the way that they release their withdrawals. Once a platform starts changing the way they release their withdrawals, and now, before you could do, every day you can withdraw. Now they're limiting it to once a month, or once a week, or what have you. I mean, that's, pretty much, the MO, right? When a platform's starting to, go belly up. We'll see what happens here. As you can see here, they just put this out. We apologize for the delay in payment. We are preparing for the next general withdrawal for the 1st of November. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. As you can see, I have $675 that I want to be able to withdraw. But we'll see what happens. Well, it is what it is. These things are super duper risky. That's why, again, whether it's a centralized platform like this, whether it's a staking platform, whether it's a miner, whether it's an ROI contract or anything, you want to get in super early. Okay, if you can get yourself in super duper early, that's 50% of the battle right there. If you can get in early, because you give yourself the best opportunity to at least break even. So anyway, that being said, crypto future's been running for a couple of months. We'll see what happens here, but unfortunately the next withdrawal that they have scheduled is for November 1st. I'm making this video on October 27th, so we'll see what happens. Taurus Protocol, they were doing maintenance as well, because based on their post on their Telegram, they said they were beginning to release wire swap finally, right? They've been talking about releasing wire swap for a while now. In the meanwhile, the exchange does work here. The ability to sell wire token for BNB, it's all done on the site. But supposedly they do have an exchange that originally they were talking about it. Now because they're getting ready to launch it, they were doing maintenance on the site. So maybe some of you guys couldn't get on earlier. I don't know. But again, just jump into their Telegram. That's why you got to follow these Telegrams, because that's the way these dev teams and these, the people behind these platforms communicate. So yeah, just make sure you're in the Telegram. But other than that, this thing is working. I just did a withdrawal. This here is working perfectly fine. Yeah, with miners, I was going to do a couple of updates with miners. I'm going to probably hold off on that because right now, Binance Smart Chain, it seems to be congested. I was having trouble logging into a wallet, and in fact, a couple of it took me a while to connect over to the Drip platform, and some of these miner platforms I'm having trouble connecting. Some of them I am connecting, some of them I'm not. It's just an issue with Binance Smart Chain, guys. So I'll check on this pretty much later. But if you guys use moonarch.app/miners, and you check your miners that way, right now it's not reading it correctly. Maybe by the time you watch this video, it'll be working fine. But yeah, so far so good. I did I was checking on the miners last night, and everything seems to be working perfectly fine. So again, basic strategy with miners: get in super early, ride it up while the platform is growing, so you earn your 3% a day, 5%, 10%, 12%, whatever it is. And then once it plateaus, which inevitably it will, and it starts to go a little bit backwards, of course the daily percentage does drop pretty significantly. But that's, you got to look at things in a good way, right? I mean, obviously the benefit for that is the contract will continue to run and you'll be able to interact with it. For me, as long as the withdrawal button works, I am good. right? Of course, there's a strategy. There's a lot of gamification with these miners. If you're if you're compounding, you'll earn a little bit more. If you're just withdrawing, you're going to earn a little bit less. So again, figure out what your strategy is. But that is what it is. The other thing was BUSD. This one here I saw in the Telegram. Right now, BUSD is being promoted right now on cntoken.io, which is a Chinese website. So yeah, it's more eyeballs to it. Now, I'm not saying that that's automatically going to make the contract, start pumping, but it is putting the platform in front of more eyeballs, which is good. I wish they had done this earlier, but it is what it is. All right, guys. So real quick, just wanted to update you with Ape Heroes. I did do a video yesterday. If you didn't see that video, make sure you watch it. I posted it yesterday, and I go over why. This is a pretty cool project. Obviously, NFTs are all the rage right now. They're not going anywhere. They're extremely popular, and people are making a killing with NFTs. Of course, I'm not guaranteeing you that this is going to 100x, but there is a pretty big marketing push. There's a community right now that's being developed, and the cool thing about it is by holding these NFTs, you can earn BNB divs in the form of uh, these current holder rewards, and obviously the original minter royalties. I already talked about what that was in the video yesterday, so I'm not going to rehash that. But yeah, they're on Rugdoc right now. They just announced that over on their Telegram, so you can check that out. And question I've been getting, not only from one person, there's been a couple of people saying, hey, they're pretty concerned with NFTs. I don't know if it's NFTs specifically or if it's just crypto in general, where they're afraid of getting hacked. I think one person did get hacked. And yeah, that's the another layer of risk that we have to deal with. Of course, we have to deal with the risk already with devs that have bad intentions, or contracts that are being exploited, or backdoors and codes and things of that nature. But then there's hackers also that are constantly trying to get your crypto. So you got to just be careful with that. Obviously, if you can secure stuff on a hard wallet, then by all means do so, right? I had one person say, well, I think 50% of his holdings in his wallet somehow was hacked, so he lost that when I don't know if because he connected to a site. I'm not exactly 100% sure what his specific situation is. But here's one option. Okay, this is obviously this is not an option if you've already gotten hacked. That's a whole other road, right? This is an option before the fact. Open multiple wallets, guys, right? If you can open multiple wallets, like for example, if you have a MetaMask wallet on Chrome, right? You can open up another MetaMask wallet on a different browser like Brave or like Opera, right? And then you can open up a BSC wallet on your phone, right? You have different wallets, and then each one has its own function. So for example, for me, well, I'm not going to go over what I have, but an example of what you can do is, let's say, for example, you have stakes on Hex, right? Or Axion or Wise token or something like that. You might have that on one wallet, or maybe even have 50% of your stakes on one wallet, 50% in another wallet, just in case you get hacked. But then you have your BSC stuff in another wallet. And then you have stuff that you're doing over on Polygon, maybe on another wallet. And yeah, it is a pain in the ass because, of course, you would like to have everything on one wallet. It's easier to manage. But when you have stuff spread out, if you lose control of one wallet, or if one wallet gets compromised, you still have the other wallets, and you kind of spread your risk a little bit. So it's a little bit of work because you're going to have to obviously, write down your private keys and store that and all that stuff for more than one wallet. But it does save you the headache, later on if you have everything in one wallet and then it gets compromised, and the hacker takes 50% of your stuff or all of your stuff. I don't know, right? So again, just as a rule of thumb, you have, like, for me, I have so many wallets, it's crazy. I got like I have so many wallets, and some of the wallets I'm doing stuff with NFTs, some of the wallets I'm doing stuff with Hex and staking that. One wallet I have specifically for Pulse chain. I have BSC stuff on another. I have Drip on a couple of different wallets, right? So you just spread it out, for the sake of just, minimizing your risk or managing your risk, right? Another person asked me, is it good to have a hard wallet, store your NFTs in a hard wallet if possible? I'm always for hard wallets, right? Of course, I use all sorts of wallets, but I also have multiple hard wallets. Hard wallets are probably the best way to go. I'm not going to say it's risk free, because there's probably ways to get into that as well for hackers, but considering all the other wallet options you have, it's probably the best and most secure, right? All right. Anyway, that being said, guys, this is launching tomorrow. The minting event is tomorrow. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, keep your eye out if you want to get into this. If not, no worries. If you miss the minting event, you can still buy Ape Heroes on, I believe, OpenSea or not OpenSea. Is it OpenSea or is it the marketplace? One of them, right? But you won't be the original minter if you do that, and get these 7% lifetime original minter royalties should you decide to sell. If you want to get those original minter royalties, you're going to have to mint them, because if you buy them in the marketplace, obviously someone else minted them and you're just buying it in the marketplace. But if you miss the minting event, all is not lost. You can buy it in the marketplace. Yes, you're not going to get the minter royalties, which is 7%. But if you buy something and it 100x's or 200x, I'm not saying it will, but if it does that, I'm sure you're not going to be too pissed off that you're not going to get the 7%, right? So yeah, hopefully this is gonna be a successful project. But again, do your own research. Everything's risky out here. Only put in risk capital, and that's pretty much it. Let's see if they put in another. No, this is the same tweet from yesterday. So yeah, no, or actually a couple days. So no major announcements over on Twitter, but yeah, this thing is going down tomorrow. All right, guys. Sorry for the long video. Just had a bunch to talk about. If you have any questions, hit me up over on Telegram or post it underneath this video. I'll do my best to answer it. Again, follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. I'll catch you soon. Peace.